thank them for coming on. Hey guys, how are we doing today?
Hey, good afternoon.
Hi.
First and foremost, I'm so excited to be able to have you two on and to be able to kind of highlight this program. It's a program that I know has started in the last few years too. I believe 2017 is when the wheelchair Falcons started. First and foremost, Cara Hahn, I want to give you the chance to introduce yourself, and I want to give you the chance, because we've done this with all of our basketball teams, chance to meet the team this year.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Cara Hahn. I am the coach for the Austintown wheelchair basketball team. And and we this is our 5th year being on, having a team in the league. And so you just want me to tell you who's all on the team?
Yeah. Give me some of the people on the team. Yeah, the names of the team.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, the team is made up from grades 1 through 12. So the whole district can join the team. We have kids with disabilities and kids without disabilities on the team. The kids without the disabilities just kind of get us to the right number to be able to have enough, as we're still building teams and still recruiting more kids with disabilities. First of all, the youngest on the team is my son, Justin Hahn. He is joined, and then we have I was going to do it by grade, but I can't. I don't know all their grades offhand. But then we have Gabriel Myers. He's number 12. We have Jackson Detchen. He is number 4. We have Franklin Nicola. He's number 13. Leaf Dietrich. He is number 15. We have Bobby. Oh my gosh, his last name. Bobby P. He's number 23. We have Kyle Miller, who's number 20. We have Logan Linden, who is 14, and we have 21. So there are 9 members of our team. We're working on a 10th. He was on the team before, but he has been out with COVID. So we're working. We'll say his name too, Isaiah Campbell. So he would be our 10th player.
What were some of the key factors in getting this team started and its continued success, as you've had it for quite some time now?
So getting it started. So the hardest part of getting this team started is finding the athletes, finding the kids with the disabilities who qualify to be on the team. Also adding on the able-bodied players to help out. Getting the school's help, because I'm not in the school. I'm not a teacher, so I'm not in the schools. So getting their help, don't know the kids, So that's probably the biggest part. Our first couple years, we were all of the athletes were pretty young, and so we, while we were playing against teams with, kids in high school, we had kids in the intermediate school and the elementary school. So we couldn't shoot. We had like one kid on the team that could shoot. So, building older kids, getting more of the older kids involved to join with the younger kids was big. And so now we have a team that is doing amazing. We just gave. There's a team, and the whole program started, and we just almost beat them last week, and we gave them a run for their money. I think it was like 23-29 at the end, but we were winning a couple of those periods. So I think just building the team and getting these guys used to playing together, getting them used to playing in their chairs, and just keep on building, keep on adding more kids. That's really the success. That's how we get the success, right up for our teams. So.
Mr. Brian Veverka, I want to extend this next question to you. This one, just Adaptive Sports Ohio. What is the mission of Adaptive Sports Ohio? And to go along with that, what does it mean to you to be able to provide an opportunity to so many disabled kids to be able to participate in a sport?
Yeah, thanks, Ty, and it's great to be here with you all. Adaptive Sports Ohio, our mission is to give individuals with physical disabilities, an opportunity to play. And we do that by giving them all types of programming opportunities, but also by, removing as many barriers as we possibly can, like the equipment that we use for them to play. So for Cara's basketball team, for instance, 10 players on the team, and they loan their equipment through our program at Adaptive Sports Ohio. So at about $3,000 per chair, we're looking at a $30,000 cost just to help with that program run and removing that barrier of access of the equipment for those kids. But, all of us have a lot of experience just watching sports or playing sports, and we know how much that can mean to someone. Let's say someone going through middle school or high school, wearing that Letterman jacket, wearing that team jersey, playing in front of all their fans. It means so much to someone. And so if we can give that opportunity to some of these kiddos that have never had a chance to do that before, it can really be something special to them. And so right now we do have 6 teams in our league for our Ohio Interscholastic Adaptive Sports Wheelchair Basketball League. And we're very happy that we can do that, mainly for teams in Northeast Ohio right now. But we are looking to expand all over across the entire state. And we do have one team onboarding in the Dayton, Ohio area. That's Beaver Creek school system. And so really we're just looking to give this opportunity to even more people because we know how much it really means to these kids.
Brian, you're obviously passionate about getting this up and going and getting everything they need to build this even further. Was there a life experience that you went through or a moment in your life that made this such a passion project for you and made you so passionate about getting this up and running and getting this to grow as much as it has?
Yeah, Anthony. So a little background on me. I grew up in the Cleveland, Ohio area, so this has always been my home. When I went to Ohio State for school, I was studying physical education and health education there. And through that program, I took a lot of adaptive education classes as well. And I had the chance to go to Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska, to help Special Olympic athletes with visual impairments. And so this was just an incredible opportunity. And so, for example, we were able to give these kids, track and field, soccer, beat baseball, goalball. But the one that really, sparked my attention was archery. So think about this. We're taking, students with visual impairments, ages 6 to 18, into an archery center. And we're helping them shoot, which sounds so crazy. And of course, we have all the safety precautions. Each of them had a guided partner as well that helped make sure they're aiming in the right direction. And we have balloons on the targets. So that way, if they hit the target, they hear the balloon pop and they start dancing around and getting all excited. And so that was really my first impression of just really seeing the impact that these programs can make, on these individuals that have a visual impairment or physical disability. So going through my time through my graduate program and some other work, I just really embedded, a lot of my time in these people and in these communities. And so to come back to Cleveland and work for Adaptive Sports Ohio in this, I have the chance to do it for so many others. And as you can tell, it definitely brings me a lot of joy.
Cara, going to you real quick, what kind of sparked the interest for this interview and made me really want to reach out to you guys? I see the article about you guys beating Talmadge, and I read into it a little bit too, and it immediately sparked my interest. Talk to me about that game. Who were some big contributing factors, and what that win meant for the team?
So we actually just played them twice. I'm not sure which one that you saw. The first game, honestly, it's a whole team effort here. All of my older kids, so Franklin Nicola and Jackson Dietrich, Detchen Leaf Dietrich, Kyle Miller, those guys those 4 work so well together, like an oil machine now. We've been working on that for a couple of years, so it's exciting to see them all come together and work together. This is really the first thing before coronavirus, before all that. We had a pretty good season too, where we I think ended up in 3rd place overall. And that's what we're working to get back to, because I had to step away for 2 years, a year, 1 season, I'm pretty sure, during the whole coronavirus thing, because I had a baby and everything. So I'm working on getting these boys back to where we left off at, and it's just so exciting. The Talmadge game itself, both of them were double headers, and so both the last times we played, the first one we played against Jackson, and then the second one we played Talmadge, and both of those games were amazing. We did amazing, and then our second matchup with Talmadge was Worcester and then Talmadge, so that was also another amazing weekend. And but the team works so well together. The younger guys really look up to the older ones and really try to get to the same level as the older ones. It's really great to see. It's fun. We had a lot of fun playing Talmadge.
Cara, when you're talking about Fitch's team and looking for players, is it like just Fitch students, or is it if a student goes to a school that doesn't have wheelchair basketball, can they come and be on your team as well?
So as of now, it's just Fitch students. We are working on a way to join some teams, join some teams together. But you have to have like a maximum of so many athletes or students in the schools for both schools. So piggyback on what Brian said about expanding, we're also starting a Boardman wheelchair basketball team. We're working on getting that up and running. And I think that they are, South Range is joining them because there's the right amount of students. That's the plan anyways, as of so far. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's so as of now for Austintown, it's just Austintown students. But like I said, there's kids with disabilities and then kids without, both on the team. The difference is I can only disabilities in a game. So many on the roster, so you can only have 5 per roster and then 3 per game, and then they all each only get 6 points a game. So that just makes it a little bit more, fair for the kids with disabilities to get, help you get your points too. You don't want it all to lie on the kids without disabilities. So so there's like stipulations to be able-bodied on the team. But yeah, it's a really good matchup. But yeah, as of now, it's just Austintown.
Brian, if there's a school that wants to expand, is Adaptive Sports Ohio the place to kind of go through if they're interested in expanding and getting the equipment to be able to have programs such as this?
Yeah, absolutely, Ty. So we constantly try to reach out to athletic directors, special education directors, superintendents, school principals, and we try to let them know, some of the benefits of this program that we run and try to help them in coordinating the process of getting a team started. It definitely takes a little bit of time, but Adaptive Sports Ohio, we're here every single step of the way to start that process to make sure they're ready for the upcoming season. And we try to offset as many of the financial fees. We try to offset as much of the time on their side. For example, as the commissioner of the league, I help schedule all the games. I help train and schedule all the officials. We provide the equipment and also storage for the equipment. We can help with jerseys. So we try to make it as easy as possible for schools to start their teams. Really, it just starts off with them coming to us with that ask, saying, hey, how can we go about doing this? Or we want to help our students. There's a lot of districts that are constantly looking to improve ways for their diversity, equity, inclusion in their district to meet Ohio standards. And this is an excellent way for them to do that. So we have invitation packets sent out. We have a lot of friends and contacts in the area because once they get to see the game, they fall in love with it. And how can you not? If any of you out there were trying to come to one of our games or even our state championship basketball game, it's going to be at Kent State University. They're hosting us on Saturday, March 12th at 5 p.m. And we're going to be selling tickets. We're going to have an online stream of the game. And if anyone could tune in to see that game, it'll make you fall in love with it. And again, it's impossible not to when you see the smiles on these kids' faces, when you see their competitive spirit, when you see them representing their school. It really is, a full-time athletics event. And it's awesome that we can help, establish that in different school districts.
Brian, I'm wondering how much communication or contacts you have with like the MRDD, schools like Leonard Kurtz, Fairhaven, stuff like that, for kids that don't necessarily go to a public school, but are still students of high school age with disabilities and things like that.
Yeah, that's a great question. The way our league and our policies and procedures are set up right now, it is all school district based. And so right now, the larger public schools are going to have more student enrollment. It's going to be a little bit easier for them to form those teams. As Cara was mentioning earlier, we do have that cooperating partnership agreement where 2 different districts or 2 different school systems could come together to potentially form one team. But we also do have community-based sports as well. So, for example, in the Youngstown area, we have drop-in basketball where they can just come and participate just with themselves. We'll provide the equipment. We'll provide, other athletes to help scrimmage against them. We'll do some drills. We also would do, for example, a drop-in power soccer event. For power wheelchair soccer is for people with some more severe disabilities that have a little bit lower function. And again, those you don't have to sign up for. You don't have to, RSVP or let us know ahead of time. You can just come show up. And so we do have opportunities that do go beyond just our wheelchair basketball league. And we hope that the audience can really find those because it's difficult for us to know exactly who is out there and reach the entire community, but we do our best to do that.
Cara, question for you, or more or less just an opportunity for you to highlight the program. If anyone's interested in joining your program, where do they get a hold of you at, as well as where, if they want to come and see one of your games, where can they find a schedule, or where can they find you guys playing next?
Yeah, so if you are in Austintown and you want to join our team, even if you're homeschooled in Austintown, as long as you're in that district, you can reach out to the athletic director in Austintown, and he can get you in contact with me, or you can reach out to me, one-on-one. My email address is Cara, Cara.Hahn, Hahn, at adaptivesportsohio.org. And then we also, all of our information for adaptive sports is info@sportsohio.org. And as Brian was saying, there's more opportunities than just the basketball team. We also, for school districts, we also provide track chairs, so that way kids with physical disabilities can join their track team, be part of their track team and still participate. Actually, if you look at Brian right now, in the picture behind him is a track chair for track and field. And there's the other side. And then there's also field throwing chairs that you can sit in and you can throw and be a part of your track and field team too. So, and that's open to any Austintown. Brian, I'm not exactly sure on the date of that, but Brian can let you know. But there's a training to get you your equipment, to get you on your team, and that's for anything. There's 3 different trainings, I think, in all of Ohio, and the one that is taking place at the intermediate school in Austintown. So that's another way. And then, like he said, we have a lot of community-based programs too. There's lots of places that you can get involved with the Adaptive Sports Ohio, or you can come join my team too. You can join the Austintown basketball team and still do the community-based programs too. So,
Brian, I want to real quickly extend that question. I don't mean to cut you off, Anthony, but I want to also give Brian the chance too. If they're looking to get any information from you, or if they're looking to reach out to you, Brian, I want to give you the chance to give them an opportunity of where they can find you at.
Yeah, thanks, Ty. I would say definitely first and foremost, checking out our website, adaptivesportsohio.org, checking out all of our social medias. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, looking at those, for Adaptive Sports Ohio. And then our main email that we like to use is just simply info, INFO, at adaptivesportsohio.org. And, to go off of what Cara was saying as well with that track and field, to answer her question, we're going to be in Youngstown at Austintown. That's going to be Saturday, February 26th, running a clinic for both coaches and athletes that are looking to learn more or get involved in their track and field teams within their school system. Right now, we have around 100 different athletes with physical disabilities that are involved in their track and field teams. And hopefully we grow that number even more, because we know those athletes are out there. And a lot of times you build up a lot of strength and athleticism from using those wheelchairs or from using any assistive devices. And so we want to try to give them a chance to be involved in that too. I'm more so out of the Cleveland area, where Cara is more out of that Youngstown and Austintown area. But we try to represent the entire state of Ohio. So we hope that anybody around the state could come to us with those questions and hope to get more involved.
Guys, as someone with a disability myself who has played Special Olympics through high school, I can't thank you enough for all the work that you do. It means a lot to me and YSN, and we love having you on today. Thank you for the time. Thank you again for all the work that you do for high school students with disabilities that just want to compete like everybody else.
Thanks so much for having us, Anthony, and we
so
really appreciate the opportunity. And go Falcons!
Hey, we look
our next
forward to
home
talking
game.
to you guys again sometime.
Next home game.
Thank you so much. Our next home game is February 19th at 10 a.m. We play at Austintown Middle School. Come out and watch us.
There you go.
Awesome.
It's
February
free, no cost.
Yeah, it's free.
We'll be pushing that for you too, Cara. February 19th,
Thank you.
10 a.m. at AMS. Get out there and catch a game too. And Brian Veverka from Adaptive Sports Ohio. Thank you guys so much too. We hope to be talking to you again real soon.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Take care. Have a great weekend.
You as well.
Whew. That was just an awesome interview.
I'm so happy we were able to get that too, because I mean, you want to talk about unique guests and just and something that's a little bit different than what we've been talking about. It's been a lot of the tournament basketball OHSAA, but this is something trying to open up the sport of basketball now to other groups, and that's phenomenal too. Because I mean, as being as huge of a basketball nut as I am, and a huge fan of the sport, I think this is just great for the sport to be opened up to other people.